When occlusions are indicated, be extremely cautious in your flight planning because the great cloud layers they produce may hide from view the violent weather along the upper front. Unexpected contact with this weather is always a dangerous probability. In both types of occlusions, the warm air is lifted rapidly along the part of the upper front, closest to the warm sector. You must carefully study the weather at the point of occlusion and for distances as great as 100 miles along the upper front, for it is here that the most violent weather associated with the occluded front will generally be encountered. The weather conditions in either the warm or cold front type occlusion can be violent and widespread. With experience, your conclusion will be that each situation must be studied carefully and discussed with the forecaster to properly plan for flying through an occluded front. All weather facilities, plus the experience of trained personnel are provided for you. Your personal safety and your Air Force mission effectiveness are the end product. In this film, we'll see the development of the occluded front, how it forms, and its associated weather. On the surface weather map, an occluded front is shown by a solid purple line. The classical pattern for the development of an occluded front begins with the formation of an open wave. This open wave occurs when a low pressure center or cyclone forms along an existing front. As the wind in the northwestern part of the low center becomes more northerly, the movement of the cold air is accelerated, and the cold front bulges southward. As a result of the cyclonic circulation in the eastern part of the low pressure area, the cold air recedes and is replaced by warmer air, causing this portion of the front to become line, the frontal surfaces slope over the cold air. The accelerated cold air causes rapid lifting of the warmer air, producing a narrow, violent weather band along the cold front. Along the warm front, the warm air rides gently over the cold air, producing a widespread area of non-violent weather in advance of the front on the surface. Depending upon the nature and temperature of the terrain, this air in the warm sector will be stable or unstable. Now, with this open wave established, let's see how an occluded front is formed. Generally, the cold front moves more rapidly than the warm front. When the cold front overtakes the warm front, the wave occludes. An open wave does not always develop into an occluded front. But when it does, you should be thoroughly familiar with the weather it produces. Your conclusion will be that each situation must be studied carefully and discussed with the forecaster to properly plan for flying through an occluded front.